I was a professional bushmaster for over 300 years back before I was born. And today we are going to remove Stacy's bush. And Stacy is my next door neighbor. And she's not the first neighbor that I've removed her bush. And I hope she won't be the last. So right now we've just kind of putting the outriggers down. We've gotten in position to carefully remove this bush. And we're going to be as careful as we can because we really don't know what's underneath this bush. We don't want to grab a hold of something that we shouldn't and pull anything up out of there that we shouldn't pull out of there. So we're going to just kind of go slow and maneuver around and kind of make sure we're not pulling up anything we're not supposed to pull up. Once we got it over and know we don't have anything like wires or telephone cable, cable TV or whatever, we'll kind of push it off to the side. They never bury cable very deep. I think Stacy thought she was going to pick that bush up, but that bush is a little heavy. Stacy had a heavy bush. No, you're not going to pick that up. I think I'm going to have to get that for you. So now we're going to go ahead and get in position to remove a little bit more of Stacy's bush. And we'll throw these outriggers down. Try to be careful. Go slow and easy over here. Try to knock the dirt off that piece we just took out. Just kind of going a little slow here to make sure we ain't grabbing nothing we ain't supposed to be grabbing. I don't see no sparks flying and I don't see no water gushing up out of there, so that's a good sign. Try to knock a little bit of that dirt off. You don't need hauling that away. And we'll see if we can go ahead and pick this thing up a little bit. Oh yeah, we got him. Well, we got it pinned up there nice. We may as well just go ahead and tow it right on over to the edge of the woods. It don't always work out like that, but when it does, you may as well take advantage of it. Especially with that little thing, because it don't weigh nothing. I wouldn't advise using the backhoe. I've seen videos where people have used the backhoe to move large stumps wedged up between the bucket and the boom, and personally I wouldn't do that. This little bush doesn't weigh anything to amount to anything, so it's not that big a deal. But if it was, you know, a big giant root ball, I definitely wouldn't do it. You know, I bought these extra cameras and put around. They were relatively cheap compared to a GoPro. And I really can't complain about the quality and how long the battery lasts and really the functionality of it. Pretty good. So right here we're just going to kind of tilt the bucket down and grab a hold to that thing and pull it on back, because we didn't really have enough room to back up in there around that deck. Well, we got it pulled out there now where it's kind of out of the way, and we can back on up here. Now, typically, if I've got a pile of brush, I can throw my bucket, rotate it all the way down, and just kind of push the whole pile wherever it needs to go, and it doesn't do a whole, you know, big pile of damage to the grass or yard or anything like that. I mean, certainly you can see where it brushed across there, but it doesn't really dig down in there. But in this situation where it was just one Creighton myrtle, is basically what that is, it just wasn't enough there to push it. So ultimately I had to get off the tractor and roll the root ball up into the bucket, and then pick it up, and we'll just take it on over there to the woods and dump it off. I tell you, that sun really, it was just in a position, you know, where every time I drove in that direction, it was blasting right on up into the camera, right in my eyes too. It's funny how that stuff works out. And right here, we're just going to kind of do that maneuver where we push everything on up in the woods. So I've got the bucket tilted all the way down, and it was relatively close to the ground, but not against the ground. And just kind of push the whole pile up in there. That's where they typically dump their leaves and sticks and stuff they pick up out of the yard. These people are my neighbors, Mike and Stacy, and they've really been super nice neighbors and really good friends, and I enjoy being able to do a few things for them. And you know, they're just nice people. They're nice, decent people, and it's nice to have neighbors, you know, that are good, decent people. I've been very fortunate where everywhere I've lived, I've been very fortunate to have good people as neighbors. Very fortunate. So right here, this bush right here that we're plucking out is, she told me the name of it, but I really can't remember. But it's got these red berries on it, and she was telling me that it's pretty invasive stuff, and it kind of grows like bamboo. It's, you know, it's not bamboo, but it's pretty invasive like bamboo. So she wanted to get it out of the way, because basically what they're doing is their original deck that was on this house, they're redoing it, and they're gonna screen it in and make it into a little screened in area. So kind of getting everything up from around that, kind of getting it all pulled out of there so that we can finish, you know, the construction guys can finish their work on the screening in the deck and putting down new decking boards and that type of thing. So that's basically what brought about this removing Stacy's bush job. So all that green stuff right there is that same bush. It's actually spread all up in there. And I tell you, the backhoe really comes in handy for doing this kind of maneuver right here, where you just, it's almost like fine grading, because You know, you can kind of get up in there and just kind of scrape that back, you know, little places at a time. And you know, if you back the box blade up in there, you would probably tear up a lot more than what you really wanted to tear up. Same way with the front end loader. You know, it'd be kind of hard to get the front end loader up in there and just take out what you want to take out, you know. Now we'll have to do a little hand raking, you know, to finish it off. But I mean, this is nice to be able to take that backhoe and just reach up in there and scrape that out and not drag it 30 feet away from this area. Kind of scrape it up into this one area right here, and then pull the roots out and pull the green stuff out and leave the dirt there, and kind of redistribute the dirt out and haul the rest away. So I really like the backhoe for that. I tell you that the putting the camera on the bucket like this is kind of a neat perspective. Let's see, right here I'm actually putting the bucket up underneath the deck. You really would have a hard time doing that with a front end loader or a box blade. I'm actually reaching up under the deck and pulling this root out. You know, that really comes in handy. Anyway, what I was saying about the camera view on that bucket like that, I kind of like that. I'm glad I did that. I was hesitant about it at first because I thought, you know, that camera's going to take a beating. But I just try to pay attention that it's on there, and you know, I may end up destroying it before it's over with, but if I can remember that that camera's on there and just kind of take it easy, maybe I won't destroy it. I hope not. But if I do, it's not a $400 GoPro. It's what, $79 SJ 4000 or something like that. It was like $69 or $79, something like that. It wasn't very much. I mean, not that $79 is a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot to me. But compared to a GoPro, it's not that much. So right here, we're just going to kind of knock the dirt off of the green and the roots and toss them up in the bucket and haul it all away. And we got the bucket all loaded up, and that's about it. We've pretty much done plucked the bush right out for Stacy. Got our bush situation under control. Thanks for watching the video.